Welcome back. Here with us on Bazaar Morning Call, and the cues are actually looking really good because markets around the globe, the US, Europe, Asia this morning, everything's been higher despite all the uncertainties, and that's the indication that we're getting from the implied open. So a bright shade of green this Monday morning. What about individual stocks? Well, our team is standing by with the CNBC-TV18 list of top stocks to watch. Guys, good morning to all of you. I'll start off with Ola Electric, and I think we have Parikshit joining in for that. Do we have Parikshit? Yeah, okay, we do have Parikshit on the phone line. Parikshit, morning. So some reports coming through that one of the vendors is trying to take them towards, bankruptcy filing. What's going on?
Well, yes, a plea has been filed by Rosemurta Digital Services. Now, this is a global firm which works for vehicle registration and high security number plates. This was an agency contracted by Ola Electric to register their cars, register their scooters with the Ministry of Road Transport, and also, secondly, provide them high security number plates. This has happened because Ola Electric does not have dealers. They have direct sales to customers. Now, Rosemurta has filed a plea under Section 9 of the IBC before NCLT Bengaluru, saying that there is a default in payments by Ola Electric to the tune of 22 crores. They filed two pleas. One is for default in payments for vehicle registrations, and the second for default in payments for high security number plates. Now, this is important because early in February, around the 19th of February, Ola had said that there could be some variations in numbers for their February sales because they're renegotiating their contract with their vehicle registration agencies. As per the Vahan data, they sold around 8,647 units in the month of February, and they said that the actual numbers will display in March sales and March Vahan data. That has not happened till now, because till now they have sold around 6,000 to 8,000 vehicles in the month of March, so they are yet to reach that 25,000 number. Having said that, Ola Electric has disputed the claims made by Rosemurta, saying they strongly object and they're going to contest them in court. So let's see how this pans out. But of course, there will be questions that will be asked of Ola Electric at NCLT once the case starts being heard.
Take that point, Parikshit. Thank you so much for getting us up to speed with that one stock, which is always in the news somehow. The other one is IndusInd Bank. It was the story of last week, and now the RBI has come by to assuage some concerns. Sudarshan joins in with the latest on that one. Sudarshan.
Good morning. So it was not a great week for IndusInd Bank. Last week, bank had announced that due to certain accounting mismatch, its net worth would be impacted by around 2.4%. But RBI on Saturday has given a statement on the IndusInd Bank, emphatically mentioning that its financial remains healthy and there is no need for depositors to react to all the several reports that have been coming over the last 1 week. Even it has mentioned few important ratios of the bank and saying that financials is satisfactory and bank remains well capitalized. It has comfortable capital adequacy ratio and provision coverage ratio as of Q3 FY25. Capital adequacy ratio was at 16.46% and PCR was at 70.20%. Even liquidity coverage ratio was at 113% versus regulatory norm of 100%. And now RBI has asked the bank board and management to have remedial action completed by Q4 of FY25. So because of RBI's this emphatic statement, I'm going with green for IndusInd Bank today.
All right, 672 the price. I mean, Sudarshan, thank you very much for that. Well, SpiceJet is the next one we want to focus on. Nimesh is here with details. Nimesh, morning.
Hi, morning, Prashant. So in a surprise move, the promoter and the founder of SpiceJet, Ajay Singh, sold nearly 1% stake via block deal on Thursday. He sold nearly 1.15 crore shares at an average price of 45, amounting to close to 52 crores. I'm saying surprising because this was not anticipated because the QIP price was much higher. The promoter holding is just at 29%, so it's down by another 1% now. In fact, the stock has been under pressure of late, and this will further weigh in on the sentiment. Last week, the stock ended almost 10% lower. By today, the stock is down close to 18%. I guess for SpiceJet, while this is a negative sentiment, the next big trigger to watch will be the fleet additions, because that's going to be the next big trigger in a seasonally good quarter for SpiceJet. So today it will open weak, but watch out for fleet additions going forward in SpiceJet.
Okay, all right. Absolutely, that was indeed something worth noting, that sell coming in from the promoter. Thanks very much, Nimesh, for that. Quickly hopping across to Vivek then, who's watching out for GMR Airports. And also, Vivek, I think KEC International, they've won some orders. Good morning.
Good morning. That's right. So GMR Airports, they've given the operational update as far as the month of February 2025 is concerned. So what is it that they've handled in terms of passengers as well as aircraft? Passengers, over 10 million passengers is what the company has handled as far as February was concerned, which is almost 12.9% growth on a year-on-year basis. Domestic traffic, passenger traffic was up 13% and international passenger traffic was up almost 12.7%. Total aircraft movement too has gone up quite significantly, up 8% on a year-on-year basis. Now coming to KEC International, again, order update and order wins coming across. The company has secured new orders of a little over 1,260 crore rupees. Now the orders are for transmission lines, one that the company has received from Power Grid, and also supply of tower orders coming in from the Americas region. So YTD, the order inflow for KEC stands at 23,300 crore. We are in the last 15 days of March. So, the order inflow guidance was close to 25,000 crore. The company so far has reached close to 23,300 crore.
Vivek, thanks a lot for that. And as we move towards the end of financial year, we will see a lot more order wins coming by for a lot of the companies as they rush to, close their books for this year itself. A bunch of other stocks on our radar this morning as well. Vinny joins in with a list of all those stocks. Vinny.
Good morning. So I have Tata Motors on the list. We're expecting green here. The company will be meeting on 19th of March, and this is going to be to finalize that fundraising plan that they're considering 2,000 crores. This is via NCDs and private placements. So keep an eye on Tata Motors. Welspun Specialty, that is also in focus. Now they've done an order of around 231 crore rupees from BHEL. This is in the normal course of action that they've received this contract. We had heard about this and they were L1 bidders. Now finally the contract has been signed and it's expected to be executed in the next 13 months, so April 2026, when we're expecting these projects to be completed by. Dalmia Bharat is the last one. We're expecting green here as well. It's one of its subsidiary, I beg your pardon, that is Dalmia Cement in the northeast region. That has begun production of around 2.4 metric tons per annum. This is for grinding unit in Assam. Obviously, post this, now the capacity has increased to 49 metric tons per annum from previously around 46.6 metric tons. So an increase in capacity expansion is what finally has taken place for Dalmia Bharat, and overall we are seeing that now the capacity utilization stands at around 60% on a pro rata basis, so interesting to watch out for this one as well.
All right, Vinny, thank you very much for that. Vamakshi is here with more stocks with news flow. Vamakshi, morning.
Good morning, Prashant. Let me first start off with Oberoi Realty. The stock is expected to open higher today because they've gone ahead and announced the soft launch of Sky City Mall in Borivali. This has been opened for public from March 15, 2025, and the mall has a gross leasable area of somewhere around 12 lakh square feet. This is equivalent to leasable carpet area of somewhere around 7 lakh square feet. So given this development, going with the green for Oberoi Realty. But the next stock on my radar is Fusion Finance, going with the green for this counter as well, and that is because the hunt for the CEO of the company has finally ended. They've appointed Sanjay Garyali as the CEO of the company. Mr. Devesh Sachdev, who was the erstwhile CEO, has now stepped down and continues his position as the MD, that is the managing director of the company. Keep in mind that Garyali has over 28 years of experience in the finance industry. He joins in from L&T Finance, where he led the urban finance biz. So given this development, going with the green for Fusion Finance as well.
All right, Vamakshi, thank you very much for that. Let's quickly recap our list of stocks to watch this morning then. The ones that have positive news flow around them are IndusInd Bank, GMR Airports, KEC International, Tata Motors, Welspun Specialty, Dalmia Bharat, Oberoi Realty and Fusion Finance. Stocks with negative news flow around them today are Ola Electric and SpiceJet. Well, that's our equity list for the morning. Let's move on to the world of commodities and figure out what the headlines there are looking like. We have Manisha joining in with the latest. Manisha, I was only looking at gold. 3,000 finally happened on Friday. What's the latest? Morning.
Oh, well, yes, morning. Thank you for that, Surbi. At $3,000 announced finally on the screens. We've been talking about this number since the last year. But, once you've done 3,000, you have now reports suggesting 3,500, 4,000 perhaps is not too far away. But, there is support continuing for the markets, and that is because the US dollar index is trading at a 5-month low. There is risk aversion. There is rising expectation of a Fed rate cut, especially after decline in the US CPI and PPI data But it's not just about gold. The commodities overall are firm after the China stimulus measures. The China State Council has launched a special action on Sunday, and that clearly seems to be supporting. So you have Brent prices trading 3% higher from the previous week and continue to hold above $71 a barrel in the Asian markets right now. For the metals as well, copper is trading at a 9-month high. You have tin, aluminum trading at 3-month highs. Even iron ore and zinc trading at around 2-week highs. So everything in commodities seems to be buzzing right now.
Right, everything in commodities seems to be buzzing. So what we'll do is take a short break. Thank you for that, Manisha. On the other side, Prakash Diwan joins in for some fundamental stock talk. We'll pose this question to him as well. What are the stocks that benefit from this buzz in commodities?